Hello, hello, it's me, Dan.
I'm Felicia.
And Lucas coming up. We're back with Disco Elysium. Our final stream before we go away for a little while. We are on this island where we had a
Books
horrible
and
dream.
magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized.
Sift through them.
Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic
I'll be right
Animal
back.
Adventures.
So we are on the island, the island that is not part of the main island where we have been for the entire game. Yeah, so that's where we were. That's where we are. Excuse me. This may be the end game. We're honestly not sure. I thought that the end was already happening before. So
Popular depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists T&T Harpin, husband and wife. Widely read by people from all walks of life. Who doesn't like nature? Who doesn't want to survive?
Indeed.
Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Someone's made themselves a home.
It's a white check. Hold on. What's our conceptualization look like, and can we make it better if we need to? Yeah, we can. We've never put a point in here. We've got 3 points to play around with.
Okay.
So we'll try it the one time on the low.
Soft covers, serialized fantastic. Not that you can tell. This is a digest of someone who's dead bored. Most of it is for entertainment purposes. Fittingly right next to the radiola on the floor. You do feel there's something you're not getting here, though.
Alright, well, now we can put a point in conceptualization. And do we have anything that helps conceptualization? Drama. Hey, a white satin shirt. Logic, empathy, suggestion, conceptualization. Reaction speed, esprit, suggestion, encyclopedia, electrochemistry, drama, chemistry, for shivers, composure, pain, drama, half-light, drama, rhetoric, shivers, logic, composure, electrochemistry.
You see the notes about the wearer must have had.
An ass given, yeah. like Ziggy Stardust. Ziggy Stardust had a God-given ass. Okay, threshold half-light, electrochemistry, visual calculus, Zovian. No, okay.
Soft covers, serialized fantastique, and detect. Oh yes,
Yeah.
under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory. That is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing
Life
literature,
non-affirming.
published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
Let's go for the powerful communist theory. Look, Kim, powerful communist theory, rigorous and truthful.
Ooh, yeah. I agree. Humanitarian sciences. It stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around in Havashol West.
Your incendiary remark has failed to provoke him.
Ooh.
It's making a strong comeback. After all,
Kids dig this stuff. There's plenty of it in the students' room at the apartment building. Oh yeah.
That one student did have some, yes. It's still out of the ordinary.
the little books seem inconsequential next to the big pile of frivolous entertainment covering them.
Critical theory books, what do you think this means?
Again, I am not a philosopher, but whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests.
Interesting.
Okay.
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I mean,
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
hold on, is architecture also art?
Of course not. It's autism,
What?
box drawing,
What?
masturbation with a ruler and a sextant, or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture, while extolling the virtues of the pure arts.
Wait, what about music? Is it art?
Only the most experimental kind.
I guess I have been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Wait, but don't I have to be 100% cop to get to get the case finished and all that?
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now?
Camp.
Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
Fuck it, let's opt in. Okay, 50% art critic is what's needed to free
I
me
agree.
from rote repetition, so be it.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Huzzah. A moth-bitten bedsheet keeps the wind out. Ooh, army surplus winter scarf. Fallen arrower shirt. What's all this stuff give me? Hold on. Looks like I put my other clothes back on anyway. Hand-eye coordination. Fallen arrower shirt. Empathy. Plight of the underclass. This touty old scarf itches when wrapped around the neck. It has humanitarian aid written all over it. Yet you know that thousands all over the Isola are suffering the same fate as you. The fate of uncomfortable army surplus scarves. This fallen training shirt has seen one wash too many. It retains its unusual design, one sleeve short, the other long, but little of its original colors. A giant F swooshes across his chest, now in gray. Alright, what the hell were we wearing before? We were wearing... oh yeah, that one. And then our good jacket. That one or this one? This one. Yeah. Why are we still wearing these glasses? For fun? Yeah, alright. Fuck it. Alright. This great blast door must weigh over 10 tons. Rust peels off of it. We turned something on, I remember. Vaguely. This, I think. That's why that's that sound. Can we... not from here. Alright. Well, let's go outside and explore the outside of this island. And potentially find someone who wants to shoot us.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
What's on the other side?
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
How do we open this?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He looks at the door, then at its bigger brother, then at the lock. I find it's not opening it highly unlikely.
Alright, I retract my statement. It was naive. Let's look around and get it open.
Okay. So we can't open it yet. That's that way. Ah. This hatch is jammed shut.
Don't we have a crowbar?
Yeah, but I think we can't use it. Oop. Hold on. No, go back. Where's that thought? There it is. Water rushes below, far down below. Okay. I'm not even hurt.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
Run your fingers across the keyboard.
The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
What is this then?
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. They terminate here.
Could this open the blast door?
I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
So it's ominous.
I think it just hasn't been open in a while.
A sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin crawl.
After you.
Lieutenant just gets at the opening. What's there?
I don't know.
I'm scared.
Don't be. I have a gun.
He takes out his sidearm, checks the barrel, then holsters it again. I don't have a gun.
Extra good that I do.
Alright,
Thanks.
dick. Let's go. Alright, before we go that way, though, let's go this way. A firing slit. You can't see inside.
It's a fire.
Oh, you put the gun out to shoot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why do you need that?
Because people can't shoot you back, or it's harder.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, but why would you need that here?
Oh, because this was a fortification. Remember, this is the
Oh.
war that would happen here last time?
Oh.
I didn't read what it said there. Hold on. Just probably just something about it. This isn't sound of cargo ships. Signal horns echo on the water. We came this way in our dream, but we haven't actually explored the real part of it. The dream didn't count. The dream was to find the representation of a wife.
I was so worried that Kim was gone forever.
Yeah, me too. I even said, remember, why did you make us sleep? Yeah.
That was like a wrong choice we made, right? We lost Kim.
Yeah. The ice cracks under your feet. Be careful not to fall through. I don't think we can, but just in case. Up here, yeah. Oh. The pain in your pelvis makes you
Alright.
wince. Then you continue. Oh yeah. The inside of the fortress. You make out the console and the blast door. No way to jump down here without breaking a few bones. Oh, okay. Just stop over here. A weathered artillery map showing coordinates in the Bay of Revachol. An old medicine cabinet newly stocked with Dramamine. Lumfull canister.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
Inspect the
A
mattress.
single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
Pick one out of the can.
Ew,
The
no.
silhouette of a tobacco
No, it's two.
picker
This is a
adorns
clue.
the paper
Oh.
filter. The brand,
Not that you can smoke it.
Guillaume
Okay.
I don't think you can smoke a cigarette butt. Like, it's literally all the cigarette is gone. Or most of it, anyway. You'd have to be, like, really jonesing for nicotine to want to smoke something like that. Or jonesing for something else, I guess. The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Teomotiri.
Contemporary Revacholians prefer Druan, a local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, the legendary cigarette from Grad. Teomotiri is favored by older men for its paper filter tips, sweet smell, and added tar.
Someone's been smoking here.
The smoker is a clean person. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside. Keeps it tidy. Prefers to come out here to smoke.
Inspect the wall.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Touch the concrete first.
Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Look through the hole in the concrete.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation. A tingling feeling in your stomach.
In case anyone is wondering why I'm eating like non-stop, it's because I didn't really eat dinner.
A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar.
Is this where he shot him from? On the left.
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Gislain, 33A and 33B.
On the right.
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Gislain, 10. The doomed commercial area.
And between the two?
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. You see a small fleck of white on the rooftop. The upstairs window of Glazier's room. In the rain, reflecting light.
Yep. Motherfucker.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to the window?
Yes, there's an opening between 33A and 10. I can see to the roof.
I can see it. Through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure. I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Pats you on the back, 3 small pats in a row. Finally?
Is he saying or we are saying?
We are saying this.
Oh,
This
okay,
isn't
I was
something
like,
we're saying. No, no, no.
Yeah,
This
fine.
isn't him going,
It's
finally
like-
you figured it out. Yeah.
Oh, 1 or 4?
Booyah, master cop work. I think the first one.
Okay.
Finally.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
You're right.
You're right.
He looks north, over the fortification, then at the mattress. He's conflicted for a second. There's guilt there. It takes him a moment to rationalize it away.
Could the shooter still be here?
Where?
On this island?
He does not answer, just
This
nods.
mattress.
On this
With
one?
his back hunched, he looks around once more and says he feels uncomfortable suddenly.
Yep.
We should move now.
Yep. Let's get the fuck out of here. We're very exposed up here. You feel eyes on your back. Someone's watching, but I can't say where. Well, you have the gun. Hold on. We got another point. We got an item. What do we get? Oh yeah, the fuel can. Okay. We determined where the shot came from. Way. Oh yeah, we got 2 things that are going on right now. I'm gonna unlock another one of these things so we can do another one. Now, should we do some kind of superstar? First, let's make this absolutely clear. No one is saying you're an actual superstar, and the groupies and cocaine riddled with hepatitis C strikes a lioness pose with a mic kind of way. You're not Guillaume de Lumion or Davy Dewis. No, you're a metaphorical superstar. You bring that rock and roll authenticity and passion to a line of work where people don't expect or want to see it. Where some would say it doesn't belong. Law enforcement. Or Searchlight Division. Missing persons cases just really get to you. It's hard watching people worry about their loved ones. The little nervous movements, the dark rings around their eyes from sleepless nights. And even if there are no loved ones waiting, you like to have all your ducks in a row. And it really bothers you when whole entire people aren't counted for. Or Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly shaped trophy building, sipping wine and exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wunder Twins, Guy and Keith, juiced, are the stars of the show with their bomber jackets and white sneakers. Head curators of this art exhibition. It's the Wompty Dom Domiest event of the year, and all the cool kids have RSVP'd. Where are you if you are not there? Or actual art degree. Yeah, it's another capo type. The worst one, the most savage and brutal, the art cop. Nothing is good enough for him. Everything is shit. You have to employ an armada of adjectives to depict and demean the mediocrity of the works and visual institutions around you. Really flex that critical muscle until the vocabulary for punishing mediocrity becomes second nature. Here we go. Which one do you want?
I want the art.
This one?
Yeah.
Alright. Boom. There we go. Okay. Let's not get shocked. The winch is broken. Russ has eaten what remains of his chain.
A strange feeling looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in.
Why?
Perhaps there's someone there, under the water, waiting for you.
No inland empire.
Where it has always been.
But it's cold.
Yes, cold and still. But love is warm, like the inside of her mouth.
Oh. Yes, please?
Oh, fuck, yes. Go there in your head. It's been days since you thought about her. A week.
No, it's
No,
last
we
night.
literally just, yeah.
No, we're not starting with that. Not now. Not this time. This thought is over.
Raise your sight.
In the snowing mirror of the bay, you see Martinez, reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers. And the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries, upside down. Islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into the water in front of you. Go. Step in. It's been too long.
Shake your head. Okay. I think that's it for here. Let's go through that other door. Where someone's definitely going to get shot again. Here we go. Walk slow, it might be dangerous. Okay. Should I put something on again? Like pain threshold? Hold on. Last time we got. Where's my clothes? Here it is. What do we think we need? Or you know what? Let's make a quick save here.
You can change the outfit so it's. Well, we sleep after 9 p.m. Apparently, we get all our health back.
Yep. Small white flower blossoms all around you. Aha! Rubber dinghy. It's deflated, broken. Be careful. We're definitely gonna get shot at. Oh, gotta go this way. Oh, there's a man with a big gun. Ah, shit. Gotta go this way. He knows we're here. But mayhaps we can sneak up on him.
An old man, wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
Are you the because the kids, the twins, remember?
Oh.
Yeah. Are you the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
Did you recently tell 2 kids to put out their fire? 2 twins.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
The position sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
In case we can't.
Sure. How did you know it was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music.
Oh yeah.
Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
Wait, I want to take pictures.
You didn't say that, Kim.
Okay.
But you didn't say that, Kim.
I did.
We have entered a world where he said you shouldn't. It is the only world.
It was not rock and roll. It was Sad FM.
Yeah.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie.
So I think this guy is like, though, and I don't know if they're like the apocryphal, because I don't actually know if they're real or not, but the apocryphal Japanese soldiers who didn't know that World War II was over and kept fighting all by themselves. Yeah. I think that's what this guy is.
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
What make a rifle is that exactly?
It's a 3-Angong 446.
Southeast Samaran made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
He pets the rifle. The Sinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the ball.
His gaze turns inward. Alright, so now we have options here. Sir, I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further. We're with the police. I'm with the police. You can keep the gun, but keep it down. Not one move. I think...
5, I think.
Really? I think we have a
Okay.
better shot with
Okay,
5.
makes
So, like,
sense.
you keep it...
5 or
but,
6?
6, sorry.
Okay.
You can keep it, but
Okay.
put it down, yeah.
I think not one move sounds more antagonistic, which is why I didn't pick it. But okay.
Okay, alright. We can
Yeah,
do 5.
you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Because it sounds less. 5 sounds less. Yeah. Just
he's-
put down the gun.
Yeah, I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further. We're with the police.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
Oh,
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
alright. Let's try it. I am an enemy commander of rank. Put it down.
The words, I am an enemy commander, sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
And what rank would that be, dog?
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
The old man lays the rifle down carelessly, then stares at it just lying there. Pick up the gun lying in the sand. Yeah.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stopped and patched in places with tape and wire.
Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state.
Yep.
Like on the butt, you see Vespertine writing,
It's as he said.
burnt into
It's
the
that.
wood. Triangon, 4.4.
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanty Shanty. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. And it does.
This uses jacket ammunition, 446.
The right type and the right calibre.
Lieutenant nods, glancing at the gun.
He's liking this.
Stow the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross. Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
His eyes turn to the reeds again, dead and dull.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
You've been on this island for 43 years?
No.
He looks in the
I've been
fire.
on other islands, too.
He looks in the fire. A wisp of smoke rises from somewhere between the shard logs.
I was in a resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
Again, you've been hiding here for 43 years?
43 years and 10 months.
Tree?
I don't even know what that is, yeah.
It's inhuman. It's sick. It's not how a human being should live, but I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
He just couldn't.
You couldn't give up.
He nods, but he can now.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
He looks across the water.
2 police officers step out of the Whirling Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects giant letters across the plaza mosaic in dark red government-marked heavy fuel oil. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smelling of petroleum. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
Always waiting.
The old man turns his eyes from the shore and back to you. For what?
For her to return.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution.
Is this the, what's her name?
Girl child revolution?
Always.
Afraid she's gone. She better come. I too have given my life to my Zoe. Social comics. I dare not dream anymore. Nothing in history is guaranteed. Revolution is still a possibility.
One, I think?
Yeah? Afraid she's gone.
The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
You said you deserted your unit?
I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith.
He clears his throat.
And of courage, too.
Lapse of faith.
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took
For what?
for reaction to take hold.
What reaction? What's reaction?
What's reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
We all have a tiny bourgeois person in us trying to run away.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it's one. He was afraid.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too. It wasn't reaction. You were
Hmm.
just afraid.
It's the same thing.
Don't
You
think
haven't
so.
seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
And this was... when?
Lieutenant instinctively looks to his notebook but does not take it out.
May the 13th, '08. 44 years ago.
He looks north.
The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic.
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower,
He gestures toward it.
huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
He looks east.
A terrible shame, still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
You didn't go to the map room.
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened at the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
He looks at the sky. What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction.
He opens his eyes and stares right through
It
you.
was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world.
He's silent for a second.
You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know
What?
that the bourgeois are not human.
You've lost your mind. I've always suspected the same. That's definitely enough now. Or say nothing. Let him finish. I think say nothing.
I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
The old man falls silent. His black eyes keep piercing your skin as he looks to some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly, retreating from it. What is this place, this island?
It's not an island, Dwat. It's a
Dwat.
defensive
Dwat, yeah.
fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
You mean the landing, retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow.
He winces.
I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
First, I'm not one of them. Or coalition military, someone who's come to end this madness. Murderers, I know what you mean. Tell me something else. I think it's the first one. First, I'm not one of them.
Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow?
Murderers, I know what you mean.
You don't know. You haven't seen it.
He shakes his head
Iblis.
slowly. Iblis?
The black-eyed angel.
How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal
What do you steal?
supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
For 43 years. Jesus.
He
Oh, he's still alive.
He coughs once more and then puts his hand on his belly.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die.
But Joel's smile
You
stretches
don't
across
have
his mouth.
medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
We have Dramamine, another opioid-based painkiller. She must be in pain. This is serious consideration. You need to be looked over and we can do it. How have you coped mentally? I guess we do all three. We have Dramamine, another opioid-based painkiller. She must be in pain.
I have been running out of that stuff.
A light goes on in his eyes. He smacks his dry lips. This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over and we can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
His eyes roll into his skull and back.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
Not appreciatively. Excuse me. Not appreciatively. I also live in hell. Or I also have holes in my head. Point to your head. Or sorry, in my brain. Or you notice the lieutenant is about to say something. Let the lieutenant say something.
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult mentally to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone.
He nods toward
I watch the
Martinez.
people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
He looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds.
He closes his eyes.
Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust.
He looks south.
But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
How did you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy.
He nods toward the
I only
tower
went
entrance.
after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
He falls silent, his gaze fixed on the shacks huddled together across the water. Why don't you just walk there? There's a small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there? I'm gonna ask that. Small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
I see.
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Killed themselves.
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
Why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. A so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter.
We're not coalition appointed. We're just trying to help people. That's right. We're rich. We're with the good guys. We enforce the law. We keep these animals from killing each other.
I think one, right?
I know what it looks like, but I have secret plans to turn the RCM into a Mazovian revolutionary unit. We're with the RCM. Let's leave it at that.
One, right?
What?
No?
It's just-
Are they coalition appointed? I'm not sure.
well, the RCM lives by the grace of the coalition, I believe, but they're not. I think they're not appointed by the coalition. Like the individuals aren't appointed by the coalition. I could go with one. Yeah. Okay.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste d'Insolande. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
His hand shakes and he breaks into a coughing fit.
Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
You never signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive.
He draws his
I
gun.
answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
If the party had surrendered, then it would not be the party.
Honorable? That's insane. Understood. I think honorable. Keep the guy talking. Honorable.
Honor is a feudal atavism. My motive is class.
Fair enough. All right. So you're a communist soldier from the Communist Army?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
Well, you said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
Wait, what does a political commissar do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the commune.
The lieutenant says softly.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a knight philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
He was like a cleric, a shepherd.
So you were like a priest.
No, the opposite of that. A future human, not a human of the past.
That means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
Point to yourself. I'm also a communist. Point to yourself. I'm a moralist. 3. I'm not really into politics myself. 4. Say nothing.
I'm not really into politics myself. Is he a communist? He's not, what?
Yeah, he said some communist shit, but not
Or is it-
really.
Yeah.
Okay, that one? 3? Okay.
You're inert lumpen with a gun.
Don't have a gun.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology.
He then turns to the old man.
We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say anything more. A jitter passes his lower body.
I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Here we go. A trail of blood. The lieutenant smells it too.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war.
He shakes his head and smiles. His
Class
teeth rot
war
black.
is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay, okay. Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No, no. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
Wait, so which one do I say then? So okay, so we have. So you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped? Do you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor Cornell? You know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with a gun in the last week or two? Wait, so which one do I'll do four first. Wait, so which one do I take then?
Nothing comes to you. Silence. His black eyes look at you.
So you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped? Or should I just go straight in? Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor Cornell? Yeah. I'll do number 2.
The who now?
He leans in and cups his ear.
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
The corpse in ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling in rags. Did you shoot him? The fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth on the night of March 4th. His name was Ellis Cortinar. He was part of a security detail here in Martinez. A beautiful, strong man sent here by the Honorable Private Military Company Colonel. Not that one. Or 5. You know who I mean. I think the 5th one. You know who I mean.
The worm there. In the monster armor.
Nod.
An ugly piece of work, that boy.
He flashes a gap-toothed smile.
Did you kill him?
Lieutenant takes a sudden step toward him.
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol.
It's a big one at the lieutenant's feet.
Ew.
I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
Come on, what am I forgetting? Hit yourself on the side of your head.
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausio's roof.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. They're revolutionary symbols from the war.
Alright, we'll start with that one. There were Maybells behind the victim's window. Show him the dried flower.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He looks at the blossoming field behind you.
He seems tender suddenly. Nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Martinez. Only here.
They blossom on the islets before. We fertilize them with our blood.
He looks to the water.
Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it. The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
A young woman called Claze. Ring any bells? These dried flowers were behind her window.
Clazier.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
Yes, Claze. You hadn't heard her name, had you?
My ears don't reach the city.
You know her, right? She had an intimate relations with Victim, the mercenary.
With the victim.
He turns his sight from the whitening fields of flowers and falls silent. Then the muscles in his jaw twitch, a spasm.
Almost. But you need one more. Just one. Or maybe 2.
I don't need your cooperation. I've got this. Show him the Triangong 446.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your musketeer pistols.
He points at the lieutenant's sidearm.
You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons, eh?
He chortles.
Going against automatic rifles with a flame bomb. Of course you got all those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Yeah. Stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon. Point to it.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
Lieutenant looks at the weapon demonstratively. Dramatically asks, "You think we have the murder weapon?"
Yeah.
Didn't I just say we have the murder weapon? But okay. You think we have the murder weapon?
4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it. This is it.
I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon.
Good.
What? Is it him though?
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and draws a single
I
line.
don't think it's him.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
The old man does not say more. He just glances into the reeds and then twitches once more.
Like a marionette on some invisible string.
He's a
This pushed him, but not enough. Just a little more.
We've done the ballistics. Point to the tower. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies.
A jitter passed
Did you
through.
like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession.
The lieutenant softens his voice.
You have been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long. You need medical aid.
I'm ready to die.
The man interrupts him, then coughs.
I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part.
You said fascists. You're admitting you killed him? It's the best uninterrupted line of sight of that window, no more to me.
Fascist?
Yeah. It's like a Frenchy, Latin-y
Oh.
for fascist, yeah. Or Greek even, I don't even know. This uses a lot of languages, mixes and matches stuff, yeah.
You're sad for your fascia brother, aren't you? One twig got broken. Now the others are sad.
He waves his hand, there's a twitch, then one more in his right eye.
A spasm of rage, sudden and uncontrollable.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer, armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer, dripping with blood.
He was a rapist. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. He was a killer, but he was still under the protection of the law. He was a soldier too. He was a man. I think the first one. 'Cause I actually don't like him at all. He was a rapist. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it.
Beating us to the ground, moaning with joy.
He breathes in with
You
resignation.
hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention.
He looks you dead in the eye. People
Now you stop eating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
He breathes through flared nostrils.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him.
Oh, the inhumanity.
He does his
One
he does his blood best.
paramilitary less in Revachol.
You can also almost see him squeeze a tear out of his eye. His fists begin to tremble from the anger.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling.
Just nod. Or hold your breath. I think just a nod.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them. In phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth.
He begins to smile.
I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face,
The smile quivers.
and his dick still in her.
Then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own, and so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Lieutenant asks after a second of silence.
Yes.
A single word is all he gives.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night? before you shot him?
The lieutenant takes out his notebook slowly, very slowly.
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
He shrugs and smacks his lips.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from. You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
He cocks his head to the side, then turns his eyes to the city. Another tremor passes his right side, lower in intensity.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
You pull the trigger?
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
What specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them fucking. I didn't like that.
So you were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
This man has seen past her, like you did. And now he longs to see her covered in blood. To punish her.
How long have you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on a ghost? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there.
Yeah.
She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
What do you think she hid there?
Her passport and tickets to Villiers. And from there to Cachet Brut.
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
This is the hidden buoy she told us about. You looked into it?
After she was gone,
He nods.
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the submersible, it was empty.
no. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Villiers. I put them back. If I wanted to extort someone, I'd do better.
This implies that he's thought about extorting her. Also, a little inconsistency here. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before. Would he not have seen it on the documents?
Are you sure? We checked the submersible. There was nothing there.
Why would I need that trash? I'm not going to Villiers.
You saw her name on the passport, but before, when I said her name is Clausier, you didn't seem to recognize it. Well, we know that's not her real name.
You didn't say Clausia in there.
Yeah. He shakes his head. What did it say her name was in the passport?
It was something.
He stutters.
I don't remember. It was dark that morning. I only remember her face on the photo.
Moving on, did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean, and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook, on the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
He's setting it up for you.
How'd you see all this, the bruises that she was beaten?
I'm not blind, am I?
How did you get close enough to see the bruises, Mr. Dross?
I have my ways.
A cracked smile appears on his dried white lips. What ways? Tell me.
Not in this lifetime, Dwat.
He waves you off with a cough, his thoughts elsewhere. You hurt my morale for?
On her. This one's gone. Make up somehow. Connect something else. Fast. You lost it. You're a bad detective. Lazy and bad.
Two.
No, it's cool. I've already got him. I don't need to be perfect.
No, it's not. Fix this now. Move on extra carefully. Be incredibly minute.
You wanted to punish her, so you killed him.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her.
He shakes his head and stares at the ashes.
You stare at them too. In your mind, her innocence day still turns to leaf. Airport bag in hand. Silks flowing in her wake.
I think too.
Mm.
Yeah. He's got
Oh,
nothing.
really? I will see the dream, no?
Alright.
Just to find out what he's taught in school.
The dream.
See you tomorrow, Harry. Her voice rings in the evening air. Burning.
Say nothing, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of these look good.
Mm.
Yeah.
The old man raises his gaze. Something glimmers in the corner of his black eye. A bitter taste on his tongue.
You got feelings for that woman.
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough. Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there.
He looks to the city.
It's weakness, I know.
There have been others.
Yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something.
Is that why you left the dried flowers behind her window?
No.
He starts to shake his head again at sunflower on her withered stalk. Why then?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of our room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When was this?
The day after I killed him.
And you brought her Maybells.
Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
You wanted to console her. Yeah.
Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you.
A sudden pang of rage.
If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
He wipes his eye.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes. One more down.
So in conclusion, it wasn't about him, it was about her.
Her.
He repeats, staring at the ashes, then the reeds. There's a twitch in the corner of his eye.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement. That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
The old man looks at you. She got away. We don't know where she is. She got away, but she let us here first. She figured out someone was watching her from the sea fort. We arrested her. Lie. I am not at liberty to say. Which one?
One, I guess.
One?
Or is it two? I don't know, I feel like I'm not supposed to feel sorry for him because he's clearly a terrible person. But like two maybe?
Two, huh?
Or one. What do you think?
I would say 4.
Okay, I guess. Why tell him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not at liberty to say.
I know she's gone. Locked up. Or on the run. She kept staring into the scope, you know. In the end, this last week, at the fort. Like she knew. Like she knew I was here.
He
It
asked,
doesn't
not in
matter.
particular.
Across the water, on a dilapidated jetty in a nameless village, made of grey cinder block houses with Eternite roofs, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant Look across a narrow strip of sea.
Wait, who's the special consultant? I know who the two cops are.
He's there, doing what exactly, I don't know. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer points at the ruins. Behind that anti-aircraft something. That's why we can't see him. Special Consultant Heidelstein is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then. I know this interesting little place. Where?
His
His
voice
voice trails off as the three walk down the jetty.
Who's Heidelstein?
As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling fortification in the snowfall, like a rotten tooth rising out of the water. Good luck, Harry, she thinks. You need something good for this.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Lieutenant uses the opportunity to tell you in a low voice.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? You could get more out of him. He likes talking. Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez...
He shakes his head in grave disgust.
Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries.
He points inland.
Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare?
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
Let him finish. Do not interrupt.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. In tents, like animals. Like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
He keeps shaking his head with sorrow for the sight he missed. Nod.
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cop parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Quayamoran, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
Whoa. Say nothing.
That's all the rich really want.
Jeez.
Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt Frisell is now dead.
You are a very angry man, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Just nod.
We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those disco whores.
What follows is ominous mumbling. You cannot make out a single word.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people might be worth investigating.
Disco whores?
Whores.
Is all he says. Even that word has to be pushed through his teeth with great force. The rage seethes too hard. There's something about the statue on the roundabout. And syphilis?
Syphilis is a disease Philip III contracted in a whorehouse. The statue is an abomination.
Abomination?
The bacteria entered his brain and made him squander trillions on sparkling wine, cocainum, and monuments of himself. His son, Philip IV, the insane, contracted syphilis in the womb.
He breathes in with the wheeze of hatred.
That is technically possible, although Philippe III was not actually syphilitic. He was just mad.
And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. We lost 2 million lives toppling that mode of government. And those grotesque statues, too. Hundreds of them.
But it's still there.
What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why?
Because you'd rather take it down? Because the king is holy and his statutes are indestructible? Say, because the king is holy and his statutes are indestructible. We mean it ironically. Because cynical advertising yuppies erected... Yeah. No, 4.
4?
Yeah. Because cynical advertising yuppies erected a deconstructed version of it. Yeah, I think so.
That's right.
Yeah.
Some advertising cockroaches erected a cynical deconstruction of it. We tore it down with honest working-class plastic explosives. And there it is again.
This isn't a video game, this is a book.
Yeah, he shakes his head in disgust.
Art is a bourgeois establishment. It's an affront to humanity. Every gallery should be bulldozed, and the artists should all be given 30 years of hard labor in Yekokata.
You mentioned the union is social. You mentioned the union is social democratic, and Mr. Clare is a farce as a social democrat.
Another hideous disappointment.
He pokes at the ash.
Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat.
But you're also against
Placating the
bourgeois.
masses.
Bourgeois?
Yeah, the bourgeois. I mean, he hates everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone is an enemy of the communist.
Disappointment. So personal. He displays a familiarity with the Union's top brass.
Who's a disappointment? Ebrard Clare?
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, the brains of the operation. The smart one.
Doesn't Ebrard run the union?
That mobster toad couldn't run a shithouse. He has no political education. His twin, Edgar Clare, that one's been to one of those East Revachol universities. He talks a big game about uprising and alienation and so on.
You've talked to Edgar?
First against the wall with him.
He stopped poking at the ash now, just shakes his head.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in Martinez without them knowing.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to. Don't go straight for the kill. Exhaust everything else first. Soften him up.
Have you approached them?
I haven't approached anyone. I hid. It was Edgar who came to me.
How did he know you were here?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf.
He nods to you.
He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island.
That's what we did.
Told you.
Yep.
He
Yeah.
has brains.
Wait, that's exactly what we did. He points to the path leading to the tower.
Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left. Wouldn't rat me out. I was right about one of those things.
When was this?
20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then.
Alright.
That's around the time the Clears came to power.
What did you talk about?
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Flaunted his pink degree. Even quoted Marzov. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzov. Oh, and charity too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought.
He let you be here.
Let me be here.
He looks around.
The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists. Even the Clares understand this.
They let him be here. Understanding was a courtesy. But why such a courtesy?
Mr. Drost, did you kill the Cornell mercenary for the Clares to incite a riot?
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat.
He shakes his head.
As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Again? What have you done for Edgar before?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
Of course.
Okay, he didn't do the hanged man for them, but he's insinuating something.
Logic. We can use stuff for logic.
Yeah,
No?
I think we even have. I mean, we have lots of points. We've been getting points, points, points. Where's logic?
On top.
There it
first.
is. Yeah. I can't change clothes right now,
Oh.
but what is it now?
Increase one more.
One more?
Try.
One more?
Oh, one more.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can only do it one more.
Okay.
Yeah, we can only do one more, and we still have 3
Okay.
points down there that we just haven't been using. So yeah. There we go. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Don't roll fucking low.
The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water. Dark, cold water.
20 years ago, when you met Edgar, the Clares didn't run the Union yet, did they? A sputter from the old man.
He acknowledges it. Here we go. A twist behind the dark.
Hi,
bend.
Eris.
Hey, Eris, we've been reading a book. Who did?
That bourgeois cow. Tiffin Holly was her name. Licked the rich man's hand every time he came to town. Never seen a labor leader so hot on mutual cooperation. And money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder and a deal maker.
His eyes glistened suddenly with hatred.
Bordering on sentimentality, it drips out of him. Tempered by something familiar to you. A familiar rage.
She was also a woman, wasn't she? Like that Clausier.
She was. And she was real soft on those money men. Had a Barbara Muskova bag over her shoulder that she liked to bring to work.
And then she just disappeared.
Called in, they say. On the eve of battle. Ran away. Vanished like a piss stain.
He squints and smells at the black logs.
No, that's not quite it, is it?
Did she? They say her daughter called in, not her personally. But that wasn't really her daughter, was it?
No, I guess it was not.
You could swear you see the embers glow again under his eyes on the dust. Edgar had someone make the call. Why is that, Mr. Dross?
She couldn't make the call herself.
Here it is. The bend in the river.
Why?
Because she was dead.
How come?
How come?
Because the cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into the canal, grasping her tit and drowned. Or bled. Hard to say. It was a sloppy job on a moving target. She was going home, waddling, dressed in yellow, drunk like she often was. The ruins were black around her, and she had a yellow leather bag under her arm. She tried to cross the canal, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for the people who flourish in the hell around her, and the ruins.
You shot her.
Someone shot her. Or maybe the cow just fell. My memory is full of holes. All I know is...
Another big spike of rage. Different from the one he has for her.
nothing changed. Not in the material base, not in the hegemony. There was no uprising. Just words. The Union fizzled, sogged. Nothing came of it. Nothing.
Edgar didn't keep his part of the deal.
A sputter again, nothing more.
If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, you could walk.
Lieutenant says in a voice even calmer, as if it were nothing at all.
We would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW. You were in a war. You were on assignment. We could even extradite you to the Samaran People's Republic.
A degenerate worker state. Goat shit. No, thank you. I'm Revacholian. My days are short. I will rot away here, in a moral intern cell. I will not testify to anything.
He coughs, but you did do it.
I saw it happen, and I liked it. That's all I have to say. I didn't live and fight for 40 years to end up as a collaborationist. I've heard it on Channel 8, 40 AM, Radio Revachol, late night. Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're all already locked up for betrayal. The best ones, the ones with heart, were slaughtered, trampled.
He looks to the city.
The same old freezing hatred.
Well, that was a secret task that we've completed.
There is plenty here to work with once he's in custody, and the lieutenant knows it. He gives you a little nod to proceed.
By the cock parading in his colorful uniform, you mean Renee?
Every fucking morning for 34 years.
He grinds his teeth in
Throwing
rage.
that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say
Listen
on
to a lot of
Radio
radio.
June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A Patank maniac race traitor.
Just nod.
I remember him. I remember him from Lanos. Not him personally, his make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the liberals came to their rescue. We missed one, that one.
With a shaky finger, he points to the city, toward the crater near the plaza where a lonely pine tree stands.
Fat and plump, like a pheasant, just begging to be popped off.
The grin stretches
Please, Mr. Dross, shoot me.
He whispers with such predatory hunger, it borders on longing.
You'd like to kill him?
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals,
The smile
right on his
lingers.
face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bonbon melt in my mouth.
Save the treat for later.
The lieutenant asks cheerfully.
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, no, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, Renee. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel
He lets out a wistful sigh.
better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one. For him.
The lines on his face straighten as he looks at him.
Haven't seen him around lately. Strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood.
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
Bad arthritis, so we can lie to him. So our suggestion is telling us basically not to tell him that Renee is dead. I could just move on. Anyway, tell me something else, Mr. Dross.
Yes, of course.
He mutters to
Must
himself.
be passing a kidney stone. I hope it's excruciating. At least it keeps him from throwing his balls.
He seems relieved. Could he have been worried for him? He reminds him of himself. The same hatred. The same. You try to think of another thing, but no. It's just the hatred. They are veterans of the same war. Somewhere west in Coal City, his enemy is lying in a dark room on a metal slider. In Loser Municipal, like he will too. Soon. Half of the war between these men is over. With an agitated gait, Satellite Officer Jean Heron Vichmer paces the jetty, 22 kilometers east in Martinez. What could he possibly be doing there for so long, he says. Police work? Patrol Officer Judith Minot replies, with a tinge of hope in her voice. Tinge of warmth, too, against the cold air rising from the water.
I'm glad we talked about this. Now,
Glad. It's all gone.
why can't I do this one? Assess his body language. Composure. Alright, that's it for now, man. Stay put.
I ain't going anywhere.
Can we put stuff on us that does composure?
Honorable one, you have accumulated a substantial amount of honor points on your life path. You are a man most virtuous.
Wait, there were honor points?
Of course there were honor points. Did you think no one was paying attention to all of your honorable deeds, honorable one?
I only try my best. It's the most any of us can do.
Oh, the modesty on this one. Another 10 honor points for you, sir. You are on the fast track to becoming one of the rarest, most revered of all police officers, an honor cop.
Isn't honor sort of an archaic concept?
Living in the name of virtue and doing noble deeds while expecting nothing in return is not archaic. How can you even think that? Selflessness forms the basis for the warrior code, an ageless code, as fit for nomadic Ilmaran tribes traversing the vast red plateau in Provincia Gordi, as it is for your neighborhood postman.
A warrior code, you say. I do feel like a warrior. This whole thing is beginning to sound very mean. I think this gives us another thing, so I'd like to keep kind of
Okay.
going for it. Yeah.
You are like a wandering night monk, setting right the wrongs of the world you come upon. Are you ready to drink deep from the cup of honor?
Honor is my life.
Yes, your deeds have spoken for you, honorable one. But to fully drape oneself in an eternal cloak of honor, a ritual must be completed. A rite of honor. Even among the honorable, only the most dignified are deemed worthy. But you, O honorable one, have excelled in honor. Honor comes from deep within you, and to truly know oneself, to know one's honor, one must reach deep within oneself and touch one's honor.
Okay.
You need to bring the thumb of your right hand, your sword hand, to your rectum and stick it in there to form the Arch of Honors.
What? I don't know. Just like that? Outside? What about people? All I ever wanted was to live with dignity, to die with honor. Stick your thumb in your
Yeah,
ass.
that's not happening.
You're crazy if you think
Yep,
I'm just going to stick a
true.
finger in my ass. Well, let's do the first one.
Okay.
What? I don't know. Just like that? Outside? What about people?
People will be in awe, admiring a police officer most honorable, in a sacred ritual
What is
of
up with
uttermost
authority?
righteousness.
3, 2.
Two?
Yeah.
You're crazy. You think I'm just going to stick a finger in my ass? No way.
Most dishonorable are those who have known honor, carried honor in their hearts, and then disowned honor. They are the honor fallen. You brought much shame on your family today.
Oh no, we
Your
should have put
name
it.
will forever be tarnished by this
No,
most shameful
Kimwood,
of deeds.
look at that.
Be forever banished, shameful one.
Oh well. Composure. We need composure. What gives us composure? None of this. Oh, those do. What? That's it. Oh. Revealed left hand also goes composure. Okay. Anything here give us composure? Oh, speedball. No. Oh no, we don't do that. That's drugs. We don't do drugs. Does the drugs do this? No, it doesn't.
Don't do drugs. Oh wait.
Okay.
despondently at the logs. For a 60-year-old man with
It's gonna take like half an hour.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't.
the old man stares despondently at the for a 60-year-old The old man stares despondently. What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild,
He is surprisingly okay.
indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated.
Animated by what?
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system. Great leaps of emotion, from anger to grief, despair.
Dementia?
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile.
Wouldn't a foul temper be a byproduct of his life?
Perhaps, but his seems more than that. The inner turmoil takes unexpected turns, as if forced on him in a way. In summary, you sense some underlying neurological disorder.
Mr. Dross, are you okay? How is your memory?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
There it is again, erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
Yosif Leonovich Dross, you're under arrest for the murder of Ellis Kortenar.
What?
The old man's
But you
eyes.
said I would be taken to the...
The old man's eyes fill with sudden, unexpected terror at the words.
This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been exhibiting.
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
But...
Kim, he's afraid.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He looks at the reeds, eyes submerged in growing terror.
He's not afraid of jail. He's afraid of something else.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
Perception.
Perception, hearing. First say, does it have room for 3?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here, but...
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
Who watches him there while I come back for you?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce?
It's like the game.
This is a fucking farce.
Not game,
I
the,
can't.
the mind twister.
Yeah, the riddle.
Yeah.
He looks around with strange desperation. This is a fucking oh yeah, sorry.
Lillian. You could ask her, maybe.
Maybe I can just ask that nitpicker to watch him?
This is no harmless old man.
The lieutenant shakes his head.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
You could come back for me once you've taken him to the precinct. I could come back for you once I've taken him to the precinct. Oh no, we're not going to be able to... Someone's going to come and shoot us.
Okay, how about I take him to the precinct and you wait on the island?
Maybe you're right. Okay.
I think that makes sense. That you
Yeah.
can go and wander around.
This world. What are you talking about? Is this...
His voice drowns out in a sudden
Us.
gush of wind.
Your skin is crawling
Oh,
suddenly.
he's gonna get
Yeah.
shot.
Something's about to happen. The fuck is that?
Bird.
Oh my god, it's the thing,
Yeah,
the fucking
yeah.
holy shit! That is huge!
A delicate tangle
The
of arms
aspid.
and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by
Is he gonna
limb,
kill him?
to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
Blink.
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin, hovering in place.
What is that? Point to it.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god. The giant, the old man looks at the reeds, then at you. The giant stick insect.
There's nothing there.
He looks confused.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you
Does
with
Kim
its
see it?
tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small
He
head.
seems to be looking back. They both are, though. They keep turning their heads.
You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster, but you don't have a gun.
There is. I see it.
Tell me what you see, damn
Kim,
it.
can you see
Yeah.
it?
I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
Kim, can you see it?
I can see it.
Hey!
4 simple words. Thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane.
That's really big.
It's very big.
But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its
Fucking
limbs
terrifying.
long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
The lieutenant whispers, then takes a step toward the giant arthropod. Oh.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms,
Oh.
Okay.
it produces a faint hiss,
Let's do it. Can you
like a
save?
reel-to-reel
No.
machine spinning after the tape breaks.
This is the Insulindian phasmid.
It is.
The whispers behind you. You hear the familiar ring of his jacket unzipping slowly, painstakingly slow. Oh my god.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open, extremely carefully. It's the camera.
Whisper, are you sure you won't scare it off?
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
You can use to open the lens. You can use to pull the lens open.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through
kill
the
Kim.
phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear. I am not palatable. Do not eat me. I am afraid.
Okay, take a picture. Oh wait.
It's afraid. Stop now.
Yeah.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
Yeah, stop fiddling with the camera, but does not put it down.
He's letting his pride get in the way. You see the phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
Thing 1.
Who cares what they think, Kim? I do have the pheromone, actually. I have the pheromone. I can approach it.
Okay.
I don't think the pheromone will do anything.
His whisper turns to a skeptical hiss, but he has stopped now.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly.
Let's do this.
Yep, let's do it.
Yes.
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter, a sort of happiness. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets
One
of
first
water.
one?
Raise your hands slowly.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. No, stop. Be afraid.
Raise the other hand too.
No! Put your hand down. It's literally said just stop.
The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you. moving in tandem on either side of the insect's small
Dude,
head.
Take the photo now.
Okay.
With a slow ring of metal, the lieutenant slides the lens open and raises it to eye level.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you.
I got it.
You hear the lieutenant whisper as the creature's shape develops onto photo paper in his hand. A polychrome ghost of white streaks against the reeds in the sky, and you as a shadow before it.
For all time.
1?
1, yeah. Slowly reach out and touch the creature's whisker.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Carefully pet its scythe-like form.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing.
Run your hand up the slender limb higher.
A small shudder passes the creature's arm. High above you, its black pearl eyes still glisten, mesmerized by the light passing its nervous system.
We got it. Back off.
Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life,
Hello,
like a
I'm here.
record
Yeah.
continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
Stand on your tiptoes and look more closely.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming, slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish.
Kim, it's foaming.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
Lieutenant watches you apprehensively.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticated. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one.
Let's do it. Oh! I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
If I tell you what will happen,
If I tell you what will happen.
Then I will tell you what it's like for me.
I'm ill. For me, it's fire burning
Yeah,
Fire? Where?
inside.
inside.
I do not have fire inside me. In me, there is not even blood, but lymph, like sap from a one palm. Now, I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist,
Intruded upon by what?
shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations, a swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms, all speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never burn.
One?
This type of animal I would like to be. I'm glad to be me and incredibly sensitive concerned. What the fuck is happening to me right now? Yeah, first one? The type of animal I would like to be.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure you ask. No, I'm not.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not. Why are you asking?
Sometimes, when molting, I will grow a lost limb, One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced the missing
That's cool.
antenna.
That's cool.
No, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk.
You don't have a foot there now.
Yes, thankfully someone ate it. The next time I molded, I grew an antenna again.
I'm a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
A killer.
He's in a bad state, deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial to him, but I am not. I only quicken his deterioration.
You're destroying him?
Very slowly, and only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the pictures in their heads. But he has looked at me for too long, and I'm destroying him.
Is this a dream? What is happening?
No, you're awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real.
Where does this come from? All this around us, the world.
Not even the birds know that. Not even a water lily.
We need to know. Perhaps it's sent to us by a god. Then all we can do is beat our fists against it day after day with no
Ooh,
answer.
I think.
Two?
Yeah. Sounds more like him.
You can also eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Yum yum. Or read.
Fair enough. What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys.
It may have unknown, dangerous biochemical characteristics that help it maintain its camouflage.
I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminese islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me.
Everything is real if you think about it, Eris?
I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions until I was accidentally discovered by a
Just now?
detective
Yeah.
of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
Are you poisonous?
Yes, I do not have a starter display, so I use a neurodegenerative element to aid in camouflage. Do not worry, it is only destructive over long periods of time.
The deserter. He's been here for a long time.
Are you the miracle?
No, you are the miracle.
How?
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while you are extreme, all-engulfing madness. A volatile simian nervous system, ominously new to the planet. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
Wait, what is the pale?
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
I don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
How?
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nerve mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget?
Have I always thought this way? Okay, so blink. So we have options here. Blink, quick. Have I always thought this way? But I want to blink and undo 12 billion years of matter expansion. I've already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much. I will be extra careful not to blink, stick insect. Don't
Hi,
worry.
Frankie. No?
No.
It's cute.
It's hard not to blink. I've already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much. I think that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
What does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
Then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
Sort of. No, I told you what it's about, our fate. The case is meaningless compared to this. Laugh nervously. I have totally transcended the case. I'll say sort of. Sort of.
I think you should back away from the unstudied species now.
I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts. That was all.
No, there is one more.
No, there are no more thoughts. Of all the creatures I've met, you are the kindest. Of all the creatures I've met, you are the scariest. Of all the creatures I've met, you are the most beautiful. Kindest? Of all the creatures I've met, you are the kindest.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward.
I will
Do
try.
it
Yeah,
for the working class.
I will try.
She was middle class. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Okay. Disengage slowly.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
That was fucking amazing. Holy shit.
This is
And
now a
just
fantastical story.
like that, it's gone.
I mean, it's all
Skating away across the sea's
I know, but now
calm
it's
river,
actual
Yeah.
like
fantasy.
a
Like
skipping
previously it was like a
stone.
dystopian,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is a
Nothing
realistic,
but
right?
circles on the water. And something under it. In the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
Lieutenant looks north with his hand raised to his brow.
You can walk on water?
I can walk on water?
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only,
He shakes his head with
I've
amazement.
never seen anything like that in my life.
What's that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
What now?
What now?
The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He's put his hand into the ash. It's dirty and black.
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
But first, we're gonna check this thing. What is this? Oh! It's her passport!
Oh.
We got a T932 rifle scope, a common 30mm sniper scope attachable to almost any bolt-action 4.46 caliber. It uses an older-style non-dotted range-finding reticle. Seaweed is still stuck on the lens, and it suffered water damage from its time in the Phasmid's dowry. And anything else? And her passport. Evidence: Clausier's passport. This well-traveled passport with visa stamped on it is issued by the Republic of Orange. You found it in the Phasmid's nest on the island. You can open it for more details.
This passport, issued by the Sovereign Republic of Oranje, is issued to a black-haired woman called Katarzyna Alazier.
Classia's hidden documents. From the MT boy.
Look at the photo.
It's Clausia, with short black hair and glasses. She looks boyish, younger somehow. An old photo, before life came and did what it does.
What was this doing in the Phasmid's nest?
Maybe our man, Mr. Dross, took it from Classia's, or whatever her name was. Hiding place, or...
I think the Phasmid took it.
Really?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
The Phasmid did say something like it was playing with Bowies and shit. The Phasmid took it, and I sensed it do so. I saw something open up the Bowie with spindly legs. Point to your head.
Like a magpie? What a coincidence. Then it would also have collected the other objects, which would be highly unusual.
By now, the lieutenant has accepted your unusual methods.
I can see how the helmet could wash up on the island. And the scope. Maybe Mr. Dross lost it. But to seek this out would be very unusual behavior for an arthropod.
Would it? Maybe it was simply curious.
Perhaps he was curious, like an octopus.
An octopus belongs to a very different class. It's not even an insect, it's a mollusk. But yes, I see your point.
It says Katarzine Alazije.
She said it would be for Anouk Meyer-Smith. Anouk Meyer-Smith.
Katarzina Alazia was supposed to be her real name, where Clausia comes from. Remember? God damn it. I told you she kept lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else right now, in another city.
Katarina Alazije was supposed to be her real name. She lied to us.
Yes, somehow she managed to lie to us. One more time. In a way, she's still lying to us right now.
The lieutenant smiles. What's her real name then?
I don't know. But it's not Katarzina Alasia, or Clasia, or Anouk Meyer-Smith. We didn't even scratch the surface with her, detective.
Should have fucking arrested her. You were right.
I told you.
You were right.
Oh,
Yeah.
men are so dumb.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's better that we didn't arrest her.
Oh.
Who knows what hell she'd be raising in my district by now.
Alright. Well, I don't know. Kim said so, so I'm gonna agree with Kim.
Okay, then the storyline, like, maybe the story would have gone very different.
Yeah. Did we get a helmet or something too? Is that why? Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh. Fairweather T500 helmet. This monstrous looking bug-eye ceramic helmet. Oh! It was in the Phasmid's nest. It still has some reeds sticking out of it, and it smells of seawater, but it's otherwise wearable, if not exactly comfortable. Putting it on feels scary somehow. It's the guy's helmet. The guy with the ceramic. It's the ceramic, so the guy who's dead. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Okay, it's midnight already.
It is midnight.
Oh, today passed very fast.
Alright. Do we just want to very quickly finish this up before we save?
I guess so.
Alright.
Hope it doesn't take too long.
What
just
is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now.
Sir, how could you not see the Phasmid?
See.
He stares at the reeds and falls silent.
Mr. Dross?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking with fear and longing.
Gently touch his shoulder.
Yeah, to the shoulder down.
The plastic cape feels coarse. A light shiver passes the man. Other than that, no reaction. He feels small and frail.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it, Mr. Dross?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What has happened to this man?
Old age and shock.
He looks at him then you. I think it's the Phasmid.
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the Phasmid, the combined stress.
He looks
But
at
you think it's something more than that, don't you?
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke? Quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now.
I couldn't see it, Kim. It just the reeds for him.
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dross,
He touches the man's shoulder.
No response.
Maybe this is how maybe this is how the Phasmid has. God damn it. Maybe this is how the Phasmid has stayed hidden all these years.
then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it.
Yes, you forget it's there.
Mr. Dross, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds?
The old man stutters.
The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
Before, when I evaluated his state, he seemed strangely animated.
He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse.
Perhaps his animation is induced by something in the Phasmid?
It does not seem to be animated now it's left. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is psychoactive. I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall.
He takes off his glasses and cleans them. When he puts them back on, he's still staring at the sea. Could it be there's something hormonal in his relationship to the phasmid?
You mean pheromonal?
He seemed a little off for a man his age. Randy.
The scope, knowing of her bruises, his disposition toward Miss Oranje. I see what you mean.
I talked to the phasmid. It said it's destroying him.
You should be more careful, detective. Are you sure it wasn't having an effect on you?
Maybe. Anyway, it's only trying to remain unseen. The degradation is a side effect.
A valid hunch. Long-term exposure to something like that could be neurodegenerative. Also, please be careful when approaching unknown species in the future, detective.
Will do, Kim. Thank you. He's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of it in its company.
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him, like he didn't want to leave this place, and the insect maybe.
He looks at his notebook.
I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope
Oh,
I
no.
remember all of this.
He shakes his head in
This
his
will be
sleeve.
one hell of a report. Thank God we
He's
have
not
the
gonna
photo.
have the photo, is he?
No one would believe you without it.
We did that one already. We found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should.
Show him the ceramic helmet.
Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left. Wherever he is. The last embers have gone out. The war is over.
Show him the Orange's passport.
No reaction. His breathing is slow, and he appears very old all of a sudden. Around 80.
Did you take this passport and other papers from a boy on the course?
The spirits.
He hears us. The spirit?
No reply. He's gone again.
Try something else? We got him back for a moment.
Show him the detached scope.
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dross?
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid.
The lieutenant observes the lead sparkle in your hand.
This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being.
I'm gonna let you rest now, Mr. Dross.
The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open.
Hang tight.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Okay. Well, that was a lot. We
Yeah.
fucking
We
hell.
basically just stayed here.
Yeah. It's literally just here. All right, we're gonna save the game.
I think it's also good because, like, you know, we're going away for 3 weeks. We're not playing for a month, and this
Yeah.
is a nice place to end.
This is a nice place to end. Man. All right. Wow. Okay. So, as I mentioned at the top of the video, we will be gone for and just now. We will be gone for about 3 weeks. I recorded a bunch of videos. They will all be going up at the regular dates and times that we would have been streaming had we been here. So most of it is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's the game that I've been trying to play through for any time I go away. That's the game I play through, except for Wednesdays when I'm still doing a damn place to his backlog. So this Wednesday is going to be Void Bastards, 2 hours of Void Bastards. Next Wednesday it's Warhammer 40k : Inquisitor hyphen Martyr. Yes, that's right. The Wednesday after that is Warhammer : Chaos Bane. That's the fantasy Warhammer. And then the final Wednesday is Wario Land : Super Mario Land 3. So 2 hours of that. So those are the 4 games that I play besides Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I get through a lot of, thankfully. I get through a lot of that game. And I might even finish it this year. Who knows, depending on how much we travel in the future. So yes, so thank you guys so much for hanging out. Before I go, let me just see who is, before we go, let me see who is streaming at the moment, and I can direct you in their direction. L is streaming, and K2J is streaming, and Retro Man is streaming. And that seems to be it, so. This is going to be loud, I'm sure. Oh, there we go. So L is playing some Sonic at the moment. Not sure which one. Sonic 2, it looks like, maybe? Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So here's L. You know, playing some Sonic 2, I believe. Oh, sorry. And that was K2J. K2J is playing Fortnite. There you we go. Thank you, Eris. Appreciate you being here. There's K2J. And finally, Retroman is playing Battletoads. Hey, that's a good game that I never beat because it was too hard for 10-year-old me. There you go. There you go. So you have your pick of 3 folks to go watch. And yeah. Again, we're going to be gone for 3 weeks. Please, tune in to the videos. It will all be premiering on the dates and times that we would normally be streaming. But also, obviously, you can watch them after the premiere. You don't have to watch them at the time. But there will be people, looking at chatting there probably if they're watching the premiere. So yeah, thank you so much. We're going to go pack a little bit more, and then we're going to go to bed. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!